I've been involved in archaeology for many, many years. I've been on professional digs. I've conducted my own excursions, my own explorations, and I found quite a few artifacts in my time. Today, I'd like to share with you some of my collection. This is a cigar box filled with artifacts that I've found over the years. These have come mainly from Central Ohio. But I found them in Eastern Ohio and Western Pennsylvania as well. This is what they call a stem point. This is from the early woodland era. Perhaps it's from the Adena culture or something just prior. Some of these are archaic. They could go back to, 8,000 years ago. Some of them are much later, though. This, for example, is most likely a hope well. It's made out of Flint Ridge chalcedony. The gemstone of Ohio, and you can see it's translucent. It's a beautiful little classic point. Many of these have been damaged either by the prehistoric person who used them. Perhaps they were damaged in hunting. Some of these were fitted into handles and used as small knives. And they got some rough use and broke. Sadly, though, the majority of them were damaged by farming implements, plows and discs. This one is very, very old. Look how thin this one is. This is most likely a late Paleo piece, probably Paleolanceolate. This was a tool that was used to hunt the really large animals that used to live in Ohio, like caribou and moose and elk. I believe I have another example in here somewhere. Oh yes, there it is. This is just the top part of a large spear point. Look how thin that is. The workmanship is just absolutely amazing that they could work a stone down to such thinness and sharpness. It's still very, very sharp. Let's get some more of these. That's a little butte. Now this one is most likely a true arrowhead. It's very small. True arrowheads really weren't that large. Many of these were used as tips on atlatl spears. An atlatl is a throwing stick that was used to propel a spear forward. Now this may have been a knife or an atlatl point. Another beautiful one. They call these heartbreakers. When they're made out of this beautiful material, glossy material with exquisite workmanship, and you find them broken, well, that's a heartbreaker. Another nice little point. This one's interesting. It almost has a look of something called a harden, and it has a ground base. But I'm also tempted to put it into the Hopewell period. The more I look at it, though, the more I think it's an archaic harden point. Very old, very sought after by collectors. If you can believe it, I've found thousands, literally thousands of artifacts, complete and damaged. These are one of my favorite. These are called McCorkles. This is the base of a large knife or spear point. Early collectors used to call these Mickey Mouse ears, which I think is kind of funny. There's one there, and there's one there. You could see the lobed bases. I believe that's a Kirk, perhaps a weak stem Kirk. So anyway, it just goes and goes. There's another early woodland, perhaps a Dina. You could see the similarity in the bases here. They have stemmed, what they call stemmed bases. See the shape, this shape that's nearly identical. So that's it for now. I have several more boxes I may get to shortly. Thanks for looking.